Rock and roll may live forever, but we only retire once. Kevin Lamour of Our Financial Plans and Quadris Investment Services offers a large range of financial solutions from some of the biggest leaders in the investment and insurance landscape of Canada. See how a solid financial plan built with friendly and professional advice can help. Find out more at ourfinancialplans.ca or give them a call at 705-949-1316. Hey folks, and welcome to another episode of the Lonesome Cowboy Podcast. Brian Tremblay here with you. And today I have a representative of our one-third of the band Boreal. And this is Angie, Nussey. Your last name?
It's Nussey.
Nussey, okay.
Nussey.
Yeah, I thought so, but you never know. Ever since Sade came around and spelled it that way, I got to ask everybody how their name's pronounced.
Well done, and I'm glad you asked.
So you were actually a more recent addition to the Boreal lineup, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I've been 6 years now, but it feels like a minute. They went 14 years with Jude Vidala, and then she lovingly retired, and I popped in that place.
Nice, gotta love it. And now, was the person who had the position prior to you, were they a keyboard player also?
Yes, she was a lovely piano player and guitar player and beautiful songwriter.
Cool.
And also had really good arrangement ideas. Like was very into harmony, like trio harmony, and so a lot of her ideas you can still hear them throughout, like our band.
Cool.
Like,
good stuff.
very
Good
influential.
stuff. Yeah, that's great. Now you're a piano player. Are you? When someone's a piano player, I always just kind of think they must be a multi-instrumentalist, because I think once you know piano, you can almost play anything.
It is funny. I feel lucky that I did learn piano first.
Yeah.
I do play guitar too because by default. But I do find you got a lot of, guitar players do this too, but I find piano, you can play the bass lines with your left hand, and then you can sort of work out your melodies with the right. And oftentimes my bass lines are just like one note for the whole, like 2 bars at a time. So it's kind of really, like if you have that sort of cushion of depth and low notes, it's nice. It helps for writing and all of that. But I do play guitar, and I did play saxophone, and I like anything that makes noise, really.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm the same way, except, when I rented a banjo, and nope, that learning curve was a little bigger than I thought. And then I rented a mandolin, and learning curve was not bad, but no.
Oh, yeah.
So I serve too. I can't serve many masters. I must stick with the guitar and the harmonica, and that's it.
Well, I think it's like sometimes you just get limited in how much time you want to spend. Like if you have, someone was talking about getting a violin, which I'd really like to have, but I do find it's so that I can express ideas. And if the learning curve to learn the instrument takes too long for the idea, and the idea gets pushed down, then I find like it sort of it affects your creativity.
I
so
agree,
as soon as
100%.
that happens, it depends what kind of person you are. You might be an OCD person, which is fun, and then you'll learn something. But if you're trying to be creative, it's very challenging.
I'm an ADHD person.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, I got all kinds of them. I had to get my 60s.
They're all over the industry.
Yeah, isn't it? So, and Boreal's been together since 2006, kind of thing, I think.
Yeah. So what happened was they didn't plan on being a bigger band. They always sort of just played winter shows, hence the name Boreal, and mainly at Christmas time, but not a Christmas show per se, but just like winter themed. And when I was invited to play, or I wasn't invited, I had to audition. But once I got in, it was a big deal. And so once I got in, it was like I was assuming we'd only ever work together 2 months a year, and that was perfect because everybody had solo careers.
Yeah,
but
right.
like after when COVID hit, all our little 8 show tour, winter tour, got canceled even like months before everybody could foresee this was going to happen. And so the venues were trying to negotiate like outdoor gigs in the summer, and we had no songs. We barely had a song that wasn't about snow and winter. So we did this, like we bubbled and we just like learned all these songs that could work for summer, which was really good because that summer everyone was kind of frantic
Yeah,
and
yeah,
distracted
yeah, yeah,
anyway.
of course.
And then by the time we were done that and we played, we now we had 2 shows. We had spring and we had like a warm show and a cold show. And so ever since that happened, then it just started to snowball into like, well, let's play 4 shows in the spring of 23. And then, oh, well, let's just do a little tour. And now it's like, well, let's go west and let's go to the UK. And let's like, it's just been this complete, Boreal like infiltration, which is great. So,
Yeah, there you go. That's one of the reasons I started this podcast was I could sit back and go, wow, maybe I can do that. Wow, maybe I can do that.
like, you can't tell me the girls in my trio are in their above 65, the other 2 gals, and you cannot tell me that anything can happen. That's what I know. That's what I would say Boreal has taught me. Anything can
That's
happen at any time in life.
Well, that makes me feel better. I just turned 64 on Saturday. So,
Oh, congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's congratulations when you get over. Did you know that after 50, everything's fatal?
I feel like everything's fatal always.
Yeah.
Like I honestly feel like I said something awful the other day. I said that I'm the dark horse of the death pole. Like
Ooh.
I'm one of those like super healthy people, like try to be, and I just feel like I've been so happy for so long, like since I was around like early 30s. I'm almost 50 now. I've had a really charmed life, and I feel like it. I could be the one that ends up kicking it off. So you might as well live the best you can in the
There you
meantime.
go.
Kicking it off early. Kicking it off early. We're all kicking it off, but
We're all kicking it off eventually, eh?
you have to make sure to keep your eye on that prize.
There you go. So here's the $64,000 question. Would you get into music today considering how bleak it is for the majority of artists? And speaking to the guy who's got the bleakest career in the world.
That's a huge question, and I what I love about the youth, because interestingly, my 2 very intelligent nieces who have the world at their fingertips, and money for education and life, like their lives are fine, and they both want to be independent musicians,
Cool.
just like their aunt, you know.
And their
And
moms are going,
and
you did this.
well, my sister who passed away, she's still around, but she passed away, and
Yeah.
I think that she did not. I don't think she wanted this for them. I don't think I shouldn't say that, but I feel when they first started talking about this, I felt like I had failed them in the sense that my sister never really knew how much work it was. And what I realize is nobody realizes that if this is the industry you want to go into, no matter what level you're at, you could be signed, you could be anything, but the amount of work is just extraordinary, and you have to really love it. Like, you just have to love it, and you have to love more than 51% of it. And there's always going to be things that are tedious and take time that you didn't even predict, which is the worst kind of time. When, like, I always think like everything I attempt to do is 4 times longer. Like, I want to do a vocal track, it's going to take 4 times longer than I thought. So, but with that said, I guess I think we're living in a world where you can't trust that whatever vocation, even being you want to be a doctor or an accountant or anything, AI is taking over. Like
Oh, yeah.
we I feel like our options and the things that we studied so hard to keep in our brains, nobody cares about how much you memorized
Yeah,
when
really.
you got your PhD in memorization, and
Yeah.
so like
Historian, what do I
you
need that for? I'll just go to the computer and let it tell me what the history was.
and nobody cares what you can recall from your brain, and also they don't even trust it. So we don't trust our doctors. We barely trust each other.
I know.
So I feel like right now, truthfully, I would go where your heart is. Like just if your heart is in music, I think you should go at any age. But and then switch. Like what I'm hoping for happens for the young ones is that when the moment is like, I've quit a couple of times in this industry, and I was ready to quit. I felt like I'd already achieved what I wanted to, and it didn't deliver happiness, which is what I was looking for. So quit and see what else there is for you, and be okay with the next thing too. But I think sorry, I'm really going off on this. It's a fabulous question.
Thank
but
you.
I think the kids today also, yeah, I think they also they're equipped with the psychology around things. Like maybe they desire fame, but there's also a psychology of why you desire fame, and do you have trauma in your background, and do you have reasons to, or do you just innately feel like you want to share? Maybe it's from your heart. Like they dig deeper into these things, which I think gives them an advantage of being able to be more stable in the industry, being able to have more longevity, because if you're going because you wanted to prove to your dad that you could do it, well, that's a pretty uncomfortable desire to, like, it's a pretty uncomfortable reason to work hard. So I think we're equipped with a lot more tools to make decisions now and move forward.
Cool. Okay. Well, here's hard question number 2.
Yay!
With the world that's basically going to hell in a handbasket, which I wrote a song called "To Hell in a Handbasket."
Oh, there had to be a song. There has to be a song.
Yeah. Has Boreal ever thought about turning some of their music songwriting talents to a protest song to give their vent to what they think of the world, or if that's just not in the brand?
Interestingly, I think that those girls all of us through the years have written protest songs, and in our own feminine way. Like I probably have 10, and I did a lot of that in my 20s. And I can tell just where we're at right now that I'm not going to speak for Boreal for this part, but I feel for me, I can tell that I believe in energetic emissions. So if you're really scared and you're really angry and you're really in fear, that counts as something. And if you need to act, you got to act. That's great. But those kinds of things can also transmit into the world. So it's almost like if you're mad at your neighbor, my neighbor is knocking down the trees right now. It's so challenging to just be in love with them right now. They're clear cutting their place right now. But if I'm going to be angry at my neighbor, how do I expect the rest of the world not to do angry things? So I can tell that the girls, whether they know it or not, they want peace. They want peace around them and within them. So every time you sing a song or put that out there, for sure you have to do it if it feels like you're calling. But I think these are more like angelic women who are here to clean up the mess that our fighters create, which they need to create. Everybody has their role, but
Well
sometimes
said.
I hope that works.
That's an answer I could never have a rebuttal to, because that's brilliant.
Oh my God! Yeah, I'm so glad.
Well, that's cool. I never thought of it
watched
that way. Yeah, you know what? They're like the Valkyrie after a battle with the Norse kind of thing. They come down and they clean up and they send the warriors off to Valhalla and stuff like that. So Boreal comes back and cleans up and makes everybody feel happy. They're the Valkyries.
And I don't think that they're conscious of it. I feel like I might be maybe more conscious of I can tell just how uncomfortable they are in that fighting stance. And Tannis is a great example of, like, she fights with love. She just fights with love. And because we come up with a lot of challenges. We're traveling all the time, and we're like in the middle of an airport, and someone's like, well, you're gonna have to pay for your bags. And Tannis just, really, I don't think I didn't really want to pay for my bags today. And I feel like, and she gets away with murder, like murder, but
Yeah.
she fights with love. And I
I'm
think
a
that's
man, you
just,
see. I fight with this and this.
you should. And the
And that gets me
feminine,
into trouble.
well, the feminine needs you to do that. And that's the other piece of like we need everybody to do what they innately feel like they should do. And
Yeah.
the only issue that we've ever had is thinking everybody should act like us. I think that's what's ruined the world. We're busy pointing out, being like, why don't you act more like me? And we just don't, because we can't grasp that
There you go.
concept.
I gotta
You
love
know?
it. That's yeah, that works really well. So it's great. You all have or still have separate music careers from Boreal, I
Well,
guess.
weirdly, yeah, we it started off where we really had separate careers and we had time. And then the last year and a half, it seems to be more just Boreal. So this month I had two like solo artist shows, and we all have things that we do otherwise in other ways to earn money. Like I work as an entertainer in the Muskoka area.
Oh,
Catherine hosts choir. Yeah, we can talk about that later if you want to. But
oh, cool.
I probably can't do that much this summer. But I really like that. I really
Yeah.
like being an entertainer as well. And Catherine hosts these choirs, which run 3 days a week. And Tannis is retired from Guelph University. She kind of worked at Guelph for a long time. So
Hmm.
we all have our like, little ways of earning extra income. But as far as our solo careers go, it's been interesting to watch this transform into Tannis doesn't give a crap. I feel like the girl she's really happy with Boreal. I feel like the girls have uh, paved me a path that whenever, if ever, I want to pursue solo more in depth, I could. Like it's
Hmm.
almost like they created an environment where I'm recognized as Boreal, but we also our shows are kind of very individual too. It's not like a little mini Lilith fair every time. Like you kind of show each other.
That's
Very,
great.
very,
Yeah.
and Catherine is very, you could flip a coin. I could see her expanding at any time or not. Like she's kind of just, she kind of goes where the wind blows.
I'm
So,
I'm I'm envious of you guys. You guys have a really cool dynamic, it sounds like, and you just, yeah, that's cool.
well, thanks.
I
But it
mean,
was
you
built.
write songs that celebrate winter. I don't think winter should be celebrated. It should be survived. So this is cool. It's really cool.
Well, we could kind of rename it to like, we write songs that help us survive winter for sure.
There you
But
go.
it, but
I,
but I have to add that the dynamic wasn't always that way, and it's just come from years of going through challenges and then learning to trust each other. You know, when you're in a band, and so there's been gigs where I think we all come out of the gig and we're like, "Are you gonna forgive me for screwing up so many times during your song?" And then the more like forgiveness you see and the more understanding you have, then you become something else. You become like a unit together.
I've seen your videos. You don't make mistakes.
Oh my goodness.
If
Oh, we have
if
some.
you do, you're really good at hiding them.
Oh my God, you probably wouldn't really notice. There was one time, and I'll just tell you it because when you do three-part harmonies, as you probably know, there's always like a note that doesn't make sense so much in the chord. It's like kind of like the loose note. And Tannis had it this particular time, and Catherine and I kept missing it. And she's like, all I ask is like, please don't miss it, because if I sing it alone, it's really not going to work. And sure enough, we promise, and and it gets to that note, and we just forgot again. And she's singing it alone, and we were like howling in laughter, like during the song. Just we knew we failed her, and it happens. We make mistakes all the time.
That's funny. My wife is my backup singer. Yeah,
Oh,
I can't. I harmonize like a donkey, but
that's
oh,
great.
oh, she has her degree in music. She's much more knowledgeable than I am.
Oh,
When it comes to the harm, she sings back up for me. So when we perform, but then she'll always say, I said, it's okay. So what are we doing for this? And she'll go, just sing something. I'll work around it.
goodness.
And that's how good Brian is at harmonies.
That's a beautiful thing. That's
Yeah,
a beautiful
I
thing.
guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Angie, did you know that there's a metal band in Quebec named Boreal?
Well, I knew there was one in like Italy, and I didn't know there was a metal one. But yeah, there's a lot of Boreals. We considered changing our name actually.
Oh, did you really? Yeah.
Yeah,
No, these guys are in Quebec, closer to
no.
home.
I wonder if anyone's going to trademark it at any time. We might
That's
have to
hard to say. I think they're a cover band, so don't worry about it.
maybe they'll stay local. Hopefully, they stay local and
Yeah,
don't
there
want
you go. So I think the music business is like the real world in the fact that you have the one percenters, and that's the majority of the success in the music business. You know, those are the ones that are they earn all the money kind of deal. And then there's still 99% of us out there kind of thing, still struggling. Do you think something like a universal basic income for the arts, like they did in Ireland, is something that could be a solution to that kind of stuff?
I think universal basic income for everyone would be a solution to so many problems. I almost wrote a book about this.
Did you really?
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, and
I'm in the process of trying to. I had a meeting with my MP, and I want to start a parliamentary petition for the arts, like Ireland did. Do you think I can get any of the associations behind me to do it?
well, I've done that work as well, and maybe I'll do it on as well with you. The more people that talk to their MPs, the better. But you have to have good arguments, and they always want the public first. So you have to get the public on board, and then they'll get on board. It's just this thing. It's just this round and round. But I think for so many, it's not just about arts. We're heading into a very interesting time where people who've worked their whole lives to have a job no longer have their jobs because
Hmm.
AI can do so many things. But in that same breath, it feels like AI was meant like it seems like we've advanced in our world in order to make people relax and play music. Like relax and make art. It's almost like we wanted this for everybody. And here we are at this point where we realize there aren't going to be the jobs that we thought. So there are going to be people that aren't working. And so what are we going to do? Like working to make money is not a concept that's going to be
Yeah.
that's going to work. It's not a reality that will work because we've created an environment where people don't have to do these terrible, terrible jobs. So yeah, I think for artists as well as numerous people, when we say artists, we could mean there could be accountants that should be artists, and they're
Yeah.
absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
They're, it's just a really, and there's also people who would like to be accountants, and we have to honor everybody's thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
They don't want to be musicians. They'd rather be accountants.
and I also think we want it in specific times. Like I think we have social workers who want to be social workers for 5 years, but not 25 years.
Yeah.
And
Really?
doctors are the same. Unfortunately, like we have a lot of people that end up in these fields where I think that the amount of time we've expected them to stay in the field is
Yeah.
also a big man. We got it
That,
mixed up.
that's like the Malvina Reynolds song, Little Boxes.
And
Little boxes,
Jackie,
because they're made of ticky tacky and they all go to school and they all look the same. And that's really what it is, right? We all have that mold that we've been sold. You know,
yeah,
my wife's family, who she had to divorce because of the whole situation with the regime down there, they they're the living embodiment of that song. They play high school sports, then they go to university, then they get a job, then they learn how to drink, and then they get a DUI. Everyone in that family's got a DUI. They wear it like a badge, you know? So it's like, what are we teaching people? You know what I mean? We're teaching them all to conform and all to be the same, the little boxes. all made out of ticky-tacky, you know?
But weirdly enough, yeah, they're just not the same. And but that's my faith in humans. Like you can live in a ticky tacky house as just like your neighbors, but you are an individual with thoughts and I guess I've just seen miracles happen where people will shift in an instant if the right thing happens to them. And
Hmm.
I feel like the same with the earth, like the same with our humankind. We could shift in a day. It's like we've seen it. We've
Sure.
seen it. So
Yeah, exactly. So as
yeah.
busy as you guys are, do you have like how does writing work? Do you come together? Do you write by Zoom? I'm sure you don't all live within blocks of each other, or maybe you do.
No, we
And
do. Yeah.
and so yeah, so you're doing that kind of stuff. I mean, or is it someone shows up to the rehearsal and says, "I got a song." So how does it
Well,
work for you
so
guys?
far, yeah, we've wanted to write together because we have a lot of fun doing that, but it just hasn't worked that way. And it's just almost by default. It's like normally I've always just written songs by myself, and when it comes out, it's almost like an explosion. That's it. It's like it comes out like that. There's a few where it might take months before of incubation in my mind, but yeah, and the girls have the same. We came to this. We brought 15 solo albums to our band, and it's almost like you could even go to the back catalog and find whatever you want. So the writing doesn't really happen together as much as people would expect. The arrangements are very intricate, and it takes us days to arrange songs, and
Hmm.
the harmonies are very like they're not. I'm not a harmony person. I just do what I'm told. I just do what I'm told, and it takes me a lot of work. And so,
I like that.
like it's I wish I could say like I'm creative, but and then the piano playing. You've probably had this in your own bands where piano players can be real jerks. They play like a lot of notes and they have the opportunity to, but whereas if you got a three-part harmony, you have to pull notes. You can't play all your notes, and
Yeah,
so that takes a lot of time and a lot of thinking through, or a lot of like rationalizing through, and then changing your. So all of the arrangements are done. It takes a lot more time. But
cool.
songwriting seems to be we just seem to pick songs that we've already written, or I've written all like lately it's I've done a lot of writing for the band, so that's kind of
Sure.
changed.
What's going on next for Boreal?
Well, we just joined with iBook Shows, a really unexpected and beautiful thing because I didn't think we wanted to tour like we are. So but we do now, and that it's almost like I have to adjust to this. But they're booking into 2028, 2027, 2028. So now we have summer festivals, and then our winter tour, and then we have to see what happens after that. So
Gotcha. So
Boreal will
on.
be busy. Yeah, and I want to record another album. Well, even though we're still sort of working this other one out.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, Angie, tell everybody where they can find out about Boreal and even your own stuff if you want, and socials and website and all that fun stuff.
Oh my goodness, well, everything is Boreal songs because there's too many Boreals in the world. So if you want to find, go to Boreal Songs Instagram, Boreal Songs Facebook, borealsongs.ca,
Gotcha.
and you can find Boreal. You want to find me, you go to Angie Nussey. It's N like November, Ussey, and there's no other Angie Nussey in the cyber world, so that's where you can find me.
You gotta love it. That's great. Yeah. I interviewed a young lady and she was the same name as somebody and she doesn't play banjo, but this person is apparently a wicked banjo player. And they have the same name and they actually met once.
Oh wow!
And she goes,
Sometimes
"I'm
you
the one
do.
that gets your emails once in a while."
Oh my goodness.
That's
Yeah.
great fun. Angie, thank you so much for coming on the program. I do appreciate it so much. That's great fun. Always good chatting. Get new experience and stories from different musicians, and that's the fun part that I enjoy the most about this kind of thing. And thank you for coming on the program.
It's a pleasure, and I really appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Hey, no problem. Thank you.